So, you've been on TikTok scrolling for an ungodly amount of time trying to find little dopamine hits for your goblin brain, and suddenly you come across one of these. A Hobonichi Weeks. You tell yourself, this is exactly what I need. This is what's gonna help me get my life together for 2025. This planner, this one, even though I've bought a million others, this is the one that's gonna stick. 1 year from now, I'm gonna look back and say, I stayed so organized and I'm so proud and successful and happy. But there's just one problem. You've got ADHD, babe. Hey, hello, I'm Kenzbee. Welcome back. I am your internet auntie, a babe with ADHD. And guess what? You're a babe with ADHD. If you're here, it's probably because you feel like you want to enter your winter arc era, you want to reset, get out of your own way for 2025, and you just bought a $40 planner off of Amazon because you saw all the girlies on TikTok using them, and it just seemed like the thing to do. Look, I've been there, and I'm going to show you how to not let your money go to waste and get the most out of this little itty bitty book. So for context, I got my ADHD diagnosis as an adult a few years ago, early 20s. I've been through the ebbs and flows of it, the joys of hyperfixations and the downfalls of paralysis and ADHD depression, fixed all of my problems on a 20-hour hyperfocus binge, and sat in bed all day long and told myself, how dare I not move? I'm so lazy. What I've learned over the years, and especially thanks to therapy, we need systems and we need tools and we need a variety of them to come into play because we have high energy days and low energy days, and one system doesn't work for a high energy day as it does for a low energy day. We see these videos everywhere right now this time of year about resetting, living your best life, and us neurospicy folk put ourselves into a spiral of trying to do it all at once and crashing and burning and feeling like it's never gonna change. But let me tell you the key to success. It's data. Data is how we fight our ADHD. Having somewhere to compile all of the data helps us avoid burnout or get out of it quicker when we're in it. And making this manual of yourself, having this data for yourself, really helps you get your ADHD under control. Especially if you're like me and you've got a little goblin dude living it up rent-free in your brain. He has a 1 gigabyte thumb drive for a memory. He has a hard time recalling simple things. Now, my method of managing my ADHD won't work for everybody. We're all very different. But tracking our data is the most consistent thing we all should be doing to help us get back into our systems when we fall out of them, and that's where Hobonichi comes in. So why use the Weeks book over any other Hobonichi or planners or a digital planner? I've heard of different studies saying that when you physically write something down, it's easier for you to remember it. I know all of us at some point in our life have written all of our notes on our arm in Sharpie, so we remember things. In terms of Hobonichi, the planners like the Cousin and the Avec feel a little overwhelming for me. I've tried them before. They're just so thick and chunky. They're not as portable, and I get overwhelmed by the fact that there is one page for every single day, and I feel the need to fill up every single page. Whereas with the Weeks, it's pretty small. I haven't filled up every page every year, but I can throw this into any bag that I have. And I like the covers. This year, I finally got a clear cover. I recommend it if you are naturally clumsy and you spill your food. And also, it's one of my favorite artists who designed some covers this year for Hobonichi. And Hobonichi is pretty famous for its lay flat system. And usually the last page you worked on is the first one it opens to. And something about opening it up and immediately seeing the last thing I worked on gives my little goblin dude a little scratch right under his chin where he likes it. So if you've bought a Hobonichi and you're really trying to make this the planner that works because you don't want to waste $40, just be okay with the fact that some weeks are going to look like this, all nice and beautiful and decorated, and other weeks are going to look like this, where you just don't have the time to decorate it or you forgot to use your planner that week. That's all okay. That's still data you're collecting, telling yourself, like, what was I doing this week? Or why did I go 3 months without using my planner? Who knows? I know a lot of folk use the Weeks specifically for journaling or habit tracking. For me, it's never worked. It probably hasn't worked for you too if you're still here. And it's because I think that habit trackers really shouldn't be written in a planner or a journal of sorts. I do have a habit tracker on my Notion, but it's automated for me. A new one pops up every single day. If I need to, I can see the entire history of my habits all at once without having to flip through a book or remember to go in and make it every week. Having those barriers for me is what stops me from starting. Same goes for journal entries. That's all in my Notion. I write when I feel like it. And then again, I can see all of that data at once as opposed to trying to search through my messy handwriting and find a specific day I was feeling something. Let me know if you want a Notion tour in the comments, but this is about the Hobonichi. So how do I use my weeks? My weeks comes with me everywhere. It's usually sitting on my desk throughout most days because I work from home. But if I know I'm going to be gone all day, I'll pack it with me. Once a week on Sunday or Monday, I'll usually write upcoming tasks or appointments that I have, things that I know are due. I assign a color to each category: work, personal, and side work. Sometimes things are already written in the planner because I thought ahead or I made an appointment with somebody. I almost always leave space for bills that are due that week or work tasks that I know for a fact are due that week, and I never fill everything up the first day of the week because there's almost always things that I want to go back in and add a little note about or something I want to remember. On the right side where the grid paper is, I switch it up every week, but I almost always use this for a to-do list. I always make sure that my to-do lists have things that require a full battery and a low battery personally. By Wednesday, I've usually forgotten what I wrote down in my planner, and this is why I try to do this all at once, because then I can just open it up, save space in my 1 GB thumb drive, and keep going. It's also nice because I can tick off things that I forgot I said I was going to do that I did without thinking, and little accomplishments just feel so good. Some ideas you can use for the rest of the space is grocery or packing lists. Use it to write out ideas or doodles. A space for little junk you've collected over the week because you're a trash goblin and you need to save every movie stub, every coffee place cup holder, little flower weed that a child once gave you. By having a place where you can write down the things you have coming up in the week, things you have planned, you'll slowly start to notice space opening in your gigabyte thumb drive and remember other things like texting your friend back who texted you 3 days ago. Please go do that. They're waiting for you to text them back. What do you do with the other pages? The months page, the grid paper in the back, the 100 things list. I never have used the months view. Don't know why, just was never attracted to it. Here you could use a habit tracker. This is a great space to have it because again, you can see all the data from at least 1 month or 2 months. I've also seen people do a photo a day and cut it out and paste it. I think I might try that for this year. The additional grid paper for me works as a commonplace notebook. Last year, I was gifted my Hobonichi Weeks by my mother for Christmas, and she got me the mega version. It was way too much grid paper for me. I barely made a dent. If I do feel the need to journal, I'll write something down here. If I've taken a trash goblin side quest and gathered things throughout the week, I'll paste them back here. You can even make it a page for things you refer to often, like a swatch page for markers, or if you're a student and you have a set schedule for the semester, you can do that. Now, if you've clicked one of the links down below already and you are about to go buy a Hobonichi Weeks and you're seeing all the other stuff you could buy to decorate it and make it look pretty, stop. Your go-go brain does not need that many dopamine hits. I love my week's planner. I've got washi and stickers and tape and everything else you've seen in this video. I've been collecting them for years. Same goes for things like the trinket that I put on my cover and anything else you've seen in this video. I've probably collected over a long period of time. All you really need to start, I would say, is a couple of different color pens, or if you bought from the Hobonichi store, you can use their tricolor pen they give you. A whiteout pen and a glue pen. I specifically use these because I don't like glue sticks, and these are small enough that if I put everything in a pencil case, I can carry it all at once. I'd say start with buying maybe a pack of washi off of Amazon, a set of stickers from the dollar store or Daiso if you have one near you. Just don't go all out. If you end up buying all these fun shiny things all at once, the dopamine hit will die quickly and then all of your money will go to waste. Don't tell me you're not like that. I know you are. I hope this was helpful for anyone who bought or is interested in buying a Weeks. I don't think you have to buy the Hobonichi version. It can be pricey for me. It's just something I make a personal investment to every year. There are other versions like the Traveler's Notebook. I'm sure there are dupes on Amazon. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok to see my layouts. I'll post them throughout the year. Show me yours. And from one ADHD gremlin to another, I love you. Drink water. I'm happy you're here. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.